This is literally what's going on. There is life outside of the ice walls, people. And they are keeping it from us, and they do not want us to see what is out there. Because if we discover that there's life beyond the ice walls, then guess what? We're not going to play into the money game. And they want to control you through the money. This is why everything in your reality is based on money. The crazy part is there is things that you can't even imagine out there. Water that you drink that can cure any fucking disease. Fruits that could give you abilities when you eat it. Things that are beyond your comprehension. All outside of the ice walls. But you know what we're doing? We're going to work being a fucking slave. Day in and day out. They told everybody that the continents that we know is just it. That's the biggest fucking lie ever. And it's such a lie that all countries agreed and signed something called the Antarctic Treaty. And that right there proves that all countries came together to keep you and me and the rest of the billions of people out of Antarctica. Why? Because outside of Antarctica, if you keep going a little further, there's a whole completely fucking existence out there. And we can experience that if we all just come together to get out of here. Wake up, people.
Now that I think about it, there really could be anything out there. And we wouldn't know for certain because none of us have ever been out there. But we've been going based off a map that they are showing us and telling us, like, this is what it is. America's here. All these other countries over here. There's nothing over here. So who's to really say what's out there? Like, genuinely, just think about how big this planet is. And they tried mapping it. Or they have a map of it. You think they really mapped everything on here?
Oh my god! We found the hidden world! We're going to investigate this hidden world. It's really massive. Check the flow rate on this canal. It's disappearing fast. Guys, where is the civilization? Why did they leave everything behind? Wow. How is this possible? Two environments connected to each other. What is that? Guys, I think giants lived here before. It's really interesting.
Obviously, this is AI, but I like including clips like this because this is the closest we'll get to seeing what's actually over there. But knowing that it's AI, there's still a part of me that wants to believe that that's exactly what's over there.
Here we go. San Carlos Lake in Arizona just lost its entire fish population. Bass, catfish, bluegill, all the lineages that have been there forever. All of them. Drought dropped the water to 2% capacity. Algae consumed the oxygen, and millions of fish suffocated in stagnant desert pools. The dam releases that drained it were legally required under a 100-year water order. The lake is closed indefinitely and no restocking timeline exists. Also, what this doesn't mention is how data centers, there's like 90 data centers already in Arizona. It's one of the top states for data centers. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'm not going to count that out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I think there's like 80 more supposed to come to Arizona. So is this a good sign? Seems like the government's taking all of our water. Let me know what you think in the comments.
One of the reasons why the Bigfoot thing doesn't make a lot of sense is that Native Americans, the name for Sasquatch, there's like 50 different names that they have for this one thing.
Well, Native Americans believe that they came from the stars. Each tribe does. All of the tribes have a different name for these. No tribe believes it's an animal.
Really? What do they think it is?
It's a human. It's an offshoot. How come no other Bigfoot researchers ever talked about this? Why? Because it doesn't support their belief system that they think it's an ape or a gorilla. And here the tribe's saying it's a tribe of people. We've traded with them at times.
What?
They trade things with us at times.
What do they give you back?
They will give them ornaments or certain kinds of foods that they have a tough time getting, and they will come back and they will give them certain kinds of food, animals, etc. And when I've gone to the Pacific Northwest, and Joe, there's not one tribe up there that believes they're an animal. None of them do.
I keep telling y'all, these people are getting us ready for something, so you need to pay attention. Steven Spielberg's movie Disclosure Day, the movie about the UFOs, is dropping this Friday. And let me tell you this, you might not want to go see that movie. First and foremost, and Steven Spielberg said this himself, his new alien movie Disclosure Day will make Christians second guess their religion. And you got to ask yourself, why would he say something like that? What type of information does he have that'll make Christians second guess their religion.
Listen to this shit.
Listen to this shit.
Today's
It's about to be some scary shit. This shit is talking through her.
Do you understand what she's saying?
I hear it. It's gibberish. I can't understand it.
I can't.
It was a guy that reviewed the movie that said when he left out, he felt like something was following him. It was another guy that reviewed the movie that said he was sitting there watching the movie and he had to ask himself, am I crying? And he wasn't crying. He said he hasn't been that scared in a movie since he was a kid. People are also saying that it's crazy that he was spot on with these aliens in the movie. Meaning these aliens in the movie look too damn real. All I'm gonna say is, remember when a certain person mentioned P-47s and P-52s? And if you don't know what that means, I think you need to go back to a couple of my videos and see. A lot of people are gonna be curious because of this movie right here. I'm out.
This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, what's interesting about this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a group of reptiles that live underground and they live in secret. Of course, it's for entertainment purposes only. Their favorite food is pizza. Pizza Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All year round. And there's a reporter who actually knows about them, but keeps them secret as well. So they live underground. Their favorite food is pizza. And they look humanoid. One of them is highly intelligent. All of them skilled in martial arts. And their favorite food is pizza as they live underground. This doesn't mean at all that in the depths of the earth there are humanoid reptiles that live secretly at all. What have we learned? This doesn't mean that these reptiles have a peculiar appetite. What do we learn? This doesn't mean that they put this in a cartoon for us to see because they have to show it in some type of way, form, or fashion. So we can dismiss this as entertainment. What did we learn?
Well, when you put it that way, it makes a lot more sense.
So Meta just fired 1,100 people who exposed what they were doing with the Ray-Ban footage on 6 days' notice. Quick context, if you purchased Meta smart glasses, the footage you recorded, everything you saw around you got sent to a contractor in Kenya called Sama. 1,100 workers doing 10-hour shifts, sitting there labeling what was on your camera so Meta's AI models could get better. Back in February, Swedish journalists started investigating this matter, and the workers told them what they were actually watching. People having intimacy, people in bathrooms, naked, kids, credit card numbers, you name it. And last month, Meta cut their entire contract. This week, the Kenyan company Sama just announced that they're firing all 1,100 of those people. Some of them said that they'd already been forced to sit on their desks doing nothing for weeks while security tied it around them after the reports started coming out. Meta says that Sama didn't meet our standards, and Sama says they consistently met all standards.
These are facts. Meta partnered with a Nairobi company called Sama, where 1,100 workers labeled what Ray-Ban smart Meta glasses actually captured. We talk about bathrooms, naked people, bank cards, children, intimate moments, all of it. In February 2026, Swedish journalists got Sama workers on the record. By May, Meta cut their contract and Sama fired all their workers and only giving them a 6-day notice. A class action was filed in Cali, and UK regulators opened up an investigation. This is actually published. Here's the part nobody's talking about. Every time you wear those glasses out, you are a camera for Meta's AI. The terms of service let them use the footage to train their models. The training does not happen in a sterile lab. It happens wherever they choose. And look, I built AI for healthcare, and every line of code I write has HIPAA on it. And that's because patient data has to be handled with rules. Phone calls, transcript, all of it. Meta is collecting more sensitive data than a hospital does, with less oversight than a hospital does. That is crazy. That's the actual scandal.
It's also pretty crazy how common these Meta glasses are. Like, anywhere you go, you see somebody nowadays everywhere with them. But coming from somebody who needs glasses, the last thing I want to do is record with these.
You guys, isn't it funny that every election year, we have some race-baiting CIA psyop like this, because what the hell is this? Now, if you haven't seen this by now, people are taking pineapple soaked Kool-Aid batches and selling them like it's the new hottest thing. Now, I have a real genuine question. Who made this popular? Where did this come from? This has to be coming from the top, because why? And Kool-Aid pineapples in a reduction is 81, and would you look at that, government psyops is the same at 81 in a reduction. Now, being this is 2026, this is the midterms, we do have to recognize the pattern recognition, because all these other events also happen during election years. Starting with Trayvon Martin, which was 2012, we have Philando Castile in 2016, Breonna Taylor in 2020, and you guys all know this one, we have George Floyd also in 2020, who were all during election years and all racially charged events. Coincidence? I mean, it is very interesting timing that we have the Austin Metcalf, Carmelo Anthony trial just starting. Also, we have this walking piece of trash, Chud the Builder, who's also in trial for an attempted murder case. Now, all this is for the control of your mind, because literally they are casting a spell in real time, because that's what government means. If you break it down, the word govern, gubernabre in the Latin root word, means to steer or control. And mentis, means mind. Literally, in the name, mind control or control of the mind. But that's just a coincidence, right? Right? And to add insult to injury, those little pineapple Kool-Aid things you guys are making, yeah, it has the same amount of sugar as 9 cans of Coca-Cola. So there's that. You guys don't fall for the psyops, but anyways, let me know what you guys think about all this down below.
I had seen a dude drive like 13 hours to go pick up 4 jars of this shit. And he was a diabetic. These Kool-Aid pineapples hit the streets like crack.
Right. And that's a very gay country, right?
I mean, I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here, but yeah, yeah.
Well, you're on the podcast with the horse fan. You can say anything.
All right. It's super, it's super gay. They're going to host one of the biggest parades by the Dead Sea near the region of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Wow. That's just a coincidence, right?
I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's one of the biggest gay countries in the world. But they're literally just going out of their way to hold a gay pride parade by the Dead Sea near the region of Sodom and Gomorrah. You think that's an accident? Right. They're just like mocking the things of God, right? It's just insane to me. And you just kind of like, when you think of like, you show that to Christians and they're like, yeah, but they're still God's chosen people. God still got a plan for them. So you see what they're doing?
Right.
They're literally trying to reenact Genesis 19 with Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
They're promoting filth and perversion and sodomy, but somehow we're expected to believe they're God's chosen people. It's nonsense.
I did not know this. I didn't know their country itself was very... I mean, it definitely makes more sense now as to what they're promoting and pushing over here in the States.
Everything in this room is eatable. Even I'm eatable. That is called cannibalism, my dear children.
This man, if I will bring man my tale, and who are we denying here?
At this point, let's all just accept that we've probably eaten human once or twice in our lifetime.
Please tell me y'all have seen this video where this lady has an altar set up for her deceased husband on the Day of the Dead. And apparently after this video was made, the woman was never seen again, because this altar worked a little too well. Now the Day of the Dead is a day where you celebrate lost loved ones, and you ask their spirit to come back to be with you. That's what this woman did, but it worked a little too well, because her husband come back. And at first she was fine with it. Her prayers had been answered. But then at the end of the video, she's praying to the altar for him to go back to where he came from. Because what come from it was not her husband, but something else. It looked like her husband, but with gray skin, glowing yellow eyes. She also says several times that his voice is deeper, it's different. And this is the very last shot of the video, is her husband sitting in this chair, smiling. Now, many people believe that what she summoned was not her husband at all, but a demon wearing her husband's skin. What do you guys think?
Marijuana breaks down amnesiac barriers. If you look at the MK Ultra, MK Monarch of what every drug does, a lot of people that were in the program were told, you can do all the coke you wanted, but they're like, don't smoke marijuana. It fucks up the hypnosis programming.
Oh.
Now, don't worry. I'm sure they figured out how to make sure it stopped doing that.
They
Because why would it be legal now if they hadn't already figured that out? And plus, what everybody was smoking seeds and shit back then. There was like shitty Mexican weed.
Sinsemilla, yeah. Without seeds. My brother
100%.
thinks that Family Guy smoke is government propaganda smoke to dumb down the average man.
Are you smoking yet?
What is he into, though?
He's like a bad fish, sublime kind of guy. Very
Okay, well,
much so
those
like
things are also that.
Right.
I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the movie called Pineapple Express with James Franco and Seth Rogen. In the beginning of that film, it shows like CIA agents or government people, like military people, in like a bunker. And they're testing out marijuana on one of the other officers, like seeing the effects, you know, they're experimenting. And ever since I seen that, I always like questioned, what if they had some sort of breakthrough with marijuana? They're able to alter something in the effects or how it makes you feel. Because now it's legalized, they're selling it medicinally on shelves, recreationally. I don't know what it is, but the last time I smoked, I had really bad anxiety. Like a lot of the stuff nowadays, even the carts just give me bad anxiety. Start feeling a little paranoid, looking out the window like I just smoked crack or something.
Oh no, this is bad. Look at this shit. You can now get paid to do anything. Literally. You can create a bounty for whatever you want someone to do, put it on the website, and people can get paid if they go do the diabolical shit you say. You can imagine what's happening, like $600,000 to end, I can't even say it on here. Everything I've ever seen in the make money online space, this is the worst. Okay, this is gonna end terribly, I'm telling you. Like, this is not good, and if you see anybody doing this shit, it might not even be a poly market anymore. It's a fucking bounty.
I know I say this way too much, but Black Mirror. There's not an episode, I don't believe, that's like this, but it's just giving that vibe. I do believe there was an episode, though. It was sad. I watched it recently where his wife had to, like, he had to pay a subscription to bring his wife back to life. And, like, she came back, but she had, like, ads running, so she'll, like, disappear for, like, 30 seconds and not know what just happened. But she'll be, like, saying ads. It's pretty interesting. You should check it out. But in that, he needed, like, ways to make more money. And there was a website his coworker showed him where you basically just do things online on camera for money. I don't know, like, hurt yourself, do crazy, nasty things. It's whatever the chat wanted to see. They'll donate money, and you would do, you know, what they wanted. But I think that's why this reminded me of that. But for a better example, they paid a guy like $200 to drink his own pee. And that was like the least worst thing that went on.
Ellen's world imploded in January when the DOJ dropped the Epstein files and exposed the former queen of daytime TV as Hollywood's most prolific cannibal with an appetite for child meat. Then came the death sentence. Medical experts confirm she's dying of late-stage kuru, the brain-eating disease that's already begun stealing her sight. But the real bombshell? Former staff from the Ellen DeGeneres show are finally talking. They're tearing up their NDAs and revealing the real reason Ellen has always been so secretive about her past is because it's all a lie.
It's like a brain-eating disease that you can only get through eating other humans. I'm not sure if that's the only way you can get it, but that's the most known way of getting it.
If you die, just send your body into deep space. The freezing vacuum won't let you rot. It will instantly suck out all moisture and freeze your cells. You will turn into a perfectly preserved mummy, drifting unchanged for millions of years. While graves on Earth disappear after a few centuries, your frozen body will stay perfect, outliving the pyramids and even Earth itself. And if you're lucky enough to reach an advanced civilization, they could use their tech to repair your DNA and literally bring you back to life.
That's crazy. I was just going to say that too. I was like, what if you came across a civilization that had the tech to bring you back? I'm not going to lie. I think I want this.
If the Voyager had a camera that could zoom right into the Earth, what year would it be?
It would be 2016, because the Voyager is 18 light hours away. Isn't that concerning?
I'm gonna give you the most disturbing fact from The Lord of the Rings.
Gollum ate human babies. And we all know that Gollum has this cannibalistic tendencies. In The Hobbit, he tricked Bilbo to play a game of riddles, which Bilbo being the prize of becoming his dinner. And not to mention the whole biting off the finger thing from The Lord of the Rings. In the book Fellowship of the Ring, Chapter 2, Shadow of the Past, when Gandalf and Frodo were talking about Gollum, Gandalf said this. The woodman said that there was some new terror abroad. A ghost that drank blood, it climbed trees to find nests, it crept into the holes to find the young, it slipped through windows to find cradles. The moment that you think that you cannot hate a character anymore, this comes out.
So, I guess these are the Agarthan emissaries. I think that they are the Agarthan emissaries. Trump has been meeting with them privately to facilitate the transition into Hyperborea. But this is going to take some time, right? It's obviously going to, it's not overnight. So they've got to keep things a little bit quiet. And so this is it, the vampires, yes. And so these are the Agarthan emissaries, and they've come to deliver the good words. Couldn't this just be AI? No, this is not AI. I think some of these other ones are AI. I'm pretty sure this one, I mean, this is going to one-shot so many third-worlders, so many foreigners, so many people, like so many boomers that don't understand, like, this technology. It's actually going to be, oh my God. Oh no, or boomers. I know, this is...
I mean, AI or not, things are just getting crazy.
You remember when the U.S. Vice President said aliens are demons?
I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons anyway, but that's a longer discussion.
Well, the chief exorcist for the Archdiocese of Washington in D.C. said the same thing.
I had an incident not too long ago where someone who had a particular gift, and we've documented that gift, and she was shown a picture of a UFO. She said it's a demon. There's no question in my mind, personally, that probably many, if not most, of these UFO sightings are in fact demons, and they can do things that we can't do, such thus the speed and all sorts of things that human beings can't.
The Archdiocese of Washington announced the removal of Monsignor Stephen Rossetti, a priest of the Diocese of Syracuse, New York, as an exorcist for the Archdiocese of Washington. In a news release published on Wednesday, June 3,
Elon Musk just became the world's first trillionaire. Congratulations, Elon Musk. And for all of you peasants out there who can't even fathom what $1 trillion would even look like, let me explain it to you. I want you to imagine that you were alive the day Jesus Christ was supposedly born, right? And you're working 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can live forever, and you make $50,000 an hour. You following along? You still wouldn't have $1 trillion right the fuck now, dude. That is diabolical shit.
To try to put it in a little bit of a better perspective, 1 trillion seconds is over 30,000 years. A little over 30,000 years. Unfortunately, in this society, money is a human construct, and we will live and die by it.
This is actually comical at this point, to be honest. Amazon Prime lists Biblical Jesus series The Chosen as psychological science fiction. Fiction means fake. They're telling viewers that, hey, listen to this awesome, mysterious fantasy story. Not gonna lie, that's not looking good for Amazon. They're probably gonna experience some sort of godly wrath with this one, because you're literally telling your viewers, which is billions, that this is some cool sci-fi story that we're going to make money off of while you watch. The fact that this actually happened is wild if you think about it, because that means he actually will be back one day on a white horse with a sword coming out of his mouth, flames of fire, and a blood-dripped robe with an angel army behind him. And not only that, but every knee will bow. So it's not some sci-fi story. It's the way, the truth, and the life.
I'm pretty sure they even have a religious category they could have put this under. But instead, psychological sci-fi is crazy.
Bad news. The guy that jumps in still water, it is not AI. It is real. He really does jump in still water. There he is in the still water right there in an abandoned pool. His name is Fabio Arnold, and he has an Instagram account with 1.2 million followers, where people watch him do urban exploration things, including jumping in still water. How has bro not contracted a brain-eating amoeba? We have been talking about the audacity of this man the entire month, and I had been hoping that it was AI, and unfortunately, it is not. I need to know bro's thought process. What brings you to want to do things like this in an abandoned pool, going underwater like that and looking at all the submechanophobia aspects? What is wrong with you, dude? Once again, please never do this. Ever, ever, ever. There are brain-eating amoebas in there. There are deadly parasites. There are horrible things in still water. Please promise me that you will never attempt this. Even if there wasn't any amoebas in there or bacteria or anything that could potentially harm you, this is disgusting. Why would you want to be anywhere near all of those submechanophobia things? You are out of your mind, sir. I really hope you have good health insurance.
Forget the brain-eating amoeba. All that debris at the top makes me not want to get near that.
Justin Bieber just came out and said that Diddy and Usher were drinking his blood in the form of adrenochrome. This is happening, y'all. The Epstein files is not just pedophilia. There's cannibalism in there. They're eating children. They're drinking blood. They're harvesting blood for adrenochrome. For those of you that still don't believe, I don't know where your mind is at, but you need to wake up because this has been happening. We've been telling you that this has been happening before the Epstein files were released. And after the Epstein files were released, some of y'all still don't believe it. And I don't know what's up with y'all. Wake up.
I mean, the movie Monsters, Inc. should have been enough for people to kind of realize, like, damn, they're really telling us what they're doing. Because, I mean, it's a little too specific in that movie what they're doing, right? Scaring children, getting their adrenaline high, and then that red line in the yellow tanks just fill up. I'm not really too sure what they did with the tanks, but the whole concept is pretty specific.
Passengers on a recent cruise off the coast of Puerto Rico noticed the light starting to flicker on the ship, and also strange noises coming from the ocean. So many passengers started to look to sea, and what they saw next really blew their minds. Take a look at this. Take a look at that right there. What does that look like to you? Look at the way it keeps lighting up as well, too. Pretty strange, if you ask me. Now, this video is not AI. It was run through AI, and it is authentic. Look, now it goes off. Now it comes back on. Just strange as hell. And what makes this story even more stranger, when people were asking the crew members of the ship as to what the heck was going on with the lights flickering and the noises that were coming from the ocean, they said it's just normal. That happens on cruise ships all the time. I was recently on a cruise, and guess what? That didn't happen. And I didn't spot any of these in the middle of the night. So what do you think they saw out there in the ocean? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Honestly, it could be anything. Isn't like 95% of the ocean unexplored? Like, genuinely, it could be anything. Something that we haven't even discovered yet. You know, I read somewhere, too, that the Pentagon had testified in Congress saying that there was aliens living in the ocean.
I said that I believed Epstein was an Israeli spy. And Dershowitz interrupts me, like attorneys do. And he says, that is outrageous. If he had been a spy, he would have told me because I was his attorney and I could have gone to the White House and I could have gotten him a better sentence. And I said, wait a minute. You could have gone to the White House to say, go easy on Jeffrey Epstein. Because he's an Israeli spy collecting information from American politicians? If I were the president, I would have hung him from a tree.
Well, apparently, if you're a billionaire, the place to be on New Year's Eve is St. Bart's Island. As of today, every one of those specs is a super yacht. That's right, people, about 80 to 90% of the world's wealth is on this island right now. And apparently they go hard every year at Eaton's Hotel. Now we're talking some big names here. You got these two characters, the queen of Walmart. Why not Jerry? Can't forget our tech people, right, Google? Shit, even Mike's there right now. Another interesting thing is how close this island is to another famous island. We all remember Jeffrey's Island. They call this a super yacht party. I mean, it's super, super, super rich. So like I said, hundreds of these yachts are showing up by the minute. This island has to be on total lockdown. Like I said, the fact that 80 to 90% of the world's wealth is in one spot right now is insane. I mean, you guys can go look at the list. Pretty extensive. I mean, there's some very well-known people that are there. Hopefully it's just for a party. At first this made me worry, but then it started making me wonder, what are all these richies up to?
Probably world politics. All the billionaires deciding what their next move should be. They're just throwing ideas out, seeing which one, hits. But I'd imagine the security detail there is insane.
Speaking of dead kids, she's a big fan of abortions. Chelsea's been scraped more times than the grill at Benihana. Speaking of tossing tiny shrimp into a child's mouth, Chelsea Handler went to dinner at Jeffrey Epstein's house in 2010. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Handler.
I don't think he was joking at all. I think he was trying to expose exactly who the fuck that is. You know what the most effective way to get the truth out is? Pretend like it's a joke.
You know how I know space is Jewish? Anytime I question it at all, people get so emotional. Oh my gosh, you would think I'd question 6 million. Oh my God, all weekend. I'm hearing from the space supremacist community. How dare you question? How dare you question our trip to the moon? We went around the moon. It's like people worship it. It's insane. Artemis 2 crew splashed down wherever, outside of San Francisco or something. I said Artemis 2 returns to Earth after never leaving Earth. Just one of those one-offs. I didn't think much about it. I looked back at it like an hour later and it had like thousands of likes. I'm like, oh. And now a lot of angry messages from space supremacists, just as bad as a Jewish supremacist. If you question anything, these people get so emotional. They're like the kind of people that will block you before you can reply. They just worship it. I mean, it's almost as bad, not as bad, but almost as bad are the dinosaur supremacists. If you tell people dinosaurs are fake, look, I just don't know what they are. I don't think we know what the dinosaurs really were. Whatever they got in museums is not correct. And that kind of like the way the Einstein thing is negated by the Hawking thing. Dinosaurs keep changing. The dinosaurs they told us about, the dinosaurs that were printed on your bed sheets as a young child in the late 80s, early 90s, if you're around my age, those dinosaurs don't exist anymore. They've rebranded all those dinosaurs. They have new names now, new looks, new powers.
At this point, guys, it's just best to question everything. Don't listen to what they're telling you. Question everything. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up and or subscribing if you guys are new. I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.